Today, Precarious plays
Pokémon Colosseum.
So to avoid what happened last time, I'm going to recite a story that you are under no obligation to remember or even listen to. It's going to be about Mega Man X5. So you just go. You just go and read and absorb all of this so we know where to go. Recently, I was playing Mega Man X5, which is a PlayStation 1 title. And I have a special history with Mega Man X, which I believe I have described before. In short, I had family that had a Super Nintendo, and they had rented a copy, I believe, it was a rental copy, rented a copy of Mega Man X. And I saw it, and they are some of my earliest memories that to this day still remain vivid. I can still recall them very clearly, like the environment, the room that I was in, and I can still remember like the failures that happened in gameplay while watching this amazing thing that I'd never seen before, Mega Man X. I'd never seen a game like it. I can still remember all of that clearly, but at the time I was so young that I didn't know how to ask for a Super Nintendo. I didn't really know how to ask for that game in particular. I didn't think to even get the name of the game. And I just, for years, remembered that really cool looking game with the blue character that had like a blaster for an arm that could slide on walls and jump around. And years later, because that Super Nintendo, all Super Nintendos, just because of happenstance, like left my sphere of influence, and I just wound up with a Sega Genesis that was mine, and an original Game Boy that was mine. There was no opportunity for me to play any Mega Man X title until years later whenever I had a PlayStation, and I found a copy of Mega Man X5. Now, at that point I was already familiar with Mega Man because of Mega Man 64 or Mega Man Legends. And that all on its own was super exciting because even though the art style was different, I still knew who that character was. And it was rad playing Mega Man 64. Even though it wasn't the same style of game, I still recognized that it was the same character, and I loved everything about Mega Man 64. It's a game that I'm hesitant. I think I could probably play Mega Man Legends 2 on the PlayStation and be safe, but I don't know if I ever want to play Mega Man 64 again in my life, just so that way I can preserve all of the goodwill I have towards that game. But the second one I played when I was much older, so it's probably less special, less dear to me. So, whenever I got to play Mega Man X5, I was a little disappointed. I was a tiny bit disappointed. I played a lot of it, but there were elements that let me down after all of that build-up throughout my life, having envisioned the original as being this whimsical childhood moment.
I have a question.
Yes, Absorption Girl?
King says I have to look for this relic.
Yes.
Which I know roughly what it is. And I thought that I had to go somewhere else, but it says to go to Agate. If you were looking for a lab...
I would leave town.
Okay.
Because I cheated and I looked up a walkthrough, and I'm not afraid to admit that because this is it feels disconnected.
Okay, so go to Agate?
No, I don't I don't think so. The walkthrough that I read said nothing about that.
Yeah. Where's the lab?
I'm trusting you because I put you exclusively on absorption duty.
Well, there's not a whole lot. They say look for the relic in agate. Use the jail key to open stuff. Although it wasn't letting me use the jail key to open that. I believe that this might be the next thing we need to do. Okay, that was helpful. Not. I already went into all those. Maybe it's, like, time sensitive.
That is unlikely. It's not that awful.
I don't know. Now maybe he has something new to say. Oop.
You know what it may be?
What?
This would really stink. And I don't like the walkthrough that we found because it was big on telling you what to do without explaining why.
Oh. I hate that kind of direction.
So I think what may have happened is maybe there's some scene that happened here before.
Mm-hmm.
I think that maybe there was a scene that happened here that, since we didn't start from the beginning, walkthroughs that you have to start at the beginning and follow all of them directly, like every single point, exactly as it's written, that's a huge problem. Both with the walkthrough and potentially, if it's not just because of the walkthrough, if it's just that the game is just designed that way, that's also not great.
So now we have to go back and see
Grandpa.
Grandpa.
Yeah. I hijacked the controller a while ago, by the way. Many a Pokeballs, and we have a revive, and we have... How do you sort items? Oh, no thank you. I was looking for an auto-sort game. Goodness. You know what I'm gonna do, though?
What?
Since I have the controller...
You gonna eat it?
That would be unwise.
I thought you could digest weird stuff.
This is a wave bird.
Oh, that would be cannibalism.
Yes, I'm closely related to waves.
Not everyone knows this.
I'm selling all of the iron, protein, zinc, and all of the boosts, all of the stat boosts, because they are not that powerful, and they are worth quite a lot of money.
Cool. Money, 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 money.
No, copyrighted. I mean, I guess if you wanted to, you could, but also that song is, like, not very good, I don't think. I don't think it's very good.
It's Pink Floyd. It's
No, just like, what is it saying? What is it about? It sounds like it, I'll admit, I haven't listened to the lyrics very closely, but it is so caught up in materialism and consumerism, it can't be about anything okay at this point.
I believe that it is a criticism of such things.
Well, boy, if people didn't find a way to appropriate it and distort its true meaning.
That happens sometimes. It's real sad.
Can I do this straight from the PC? No, of course not. This is something that we should have been doing earlier, and it is my fault that we have not been. We can leave the weakest Pokemon under our care, Remoraid. We can leave them at the daycare, and the daycare lady will slowly purify them.
Yay! I hate that there's that extra step, though. There's so much menu juggling.
The later games fix some of it.
Yeah.
And that's cute. You actually put the Pokeball on the counter for a second.
I'm not saying that I, now hate this game because of menu juggling, just to be clear. It could be so much better.
I wouldn't hold it against you. Let's just say I don't think I would be able to play this game again if we weren't performing.
Yeah.
If this were not a performance. Acting? Where is grandfather? Grandfather, grandfather, where are you?
Alright. Okay.
Grandfather!
Over the river.
Is Grandpa
and through
up there?
The woods. I can't.
Oh, we cannot just...
Up the stairs.
We cannot just talk. When I say it like that, that's not it.
No,
There's
that's
even a
not
house.
Grandfather.
There isn't even a house up here. I think it may be under the big tree. Also, I'm a villain because I left that door open.
Your face.
I was going to say that we can't just talk for 10 minutes and then stop an episode, but I think that's...
That's certainly part of the equation, yes.
How goes it if you trounce the good? Yes. Trounced. Mm-hmm. I don't think that we want to do that.
Okay. Pen pals. That's cute.
Oh, I hope that they're not going to force us to use the time flute. What do you want to do?
Not use the time flute?
We could use it on Inte. It wouldn't be the worst if we have to use it on someone.
But... Well, yeah.
You know what we should do to finish up this episode, I think?
What?
We should grab the Pokemon that are ready to be purified.
And go to the fountain relic place in the middle of the woods.
And you get, I think, a few time flutes. So we'll use the one that we have on Inte, just in case the game requires it to proceed, because they're not so valuable that it's not... We can use one.
Okay. Deal.
Did I say that we were going to do it at the end of this episode? I meant at the beginning of the next one.